how to issue the work permits, it is essential that the administrators and the staff responsible for issuing or signing the work permits must review this information. So in this quick training, I will go over all the forms, labor laws, and the quick permit software. When we issue work permits, it is our personal and professional responsibility to ensure that our students are working in a safe environment and they're putting education first. So who can sign work permits? It's a site-based decision as to who will be issuing or signing the work permits. Any personnel with administrative or PPS credentials, or a work experience teacher who has a working knowledge of California labor laws as they relate to minors can sign the work permits. Please email me once you have completed this training so that I can request on your behalf to obtain official authorization from the Department of Education so that you can issue the work permits. So who is eligible for school site issued work permits? Federal and state laws prohibit the issuance of work permits for minors under the age of 14, except in very limited circumstances. General work permits can be issued to any student who is 14 years or older and who has maintained a minimum GPA of 2.0 with good attendance. The student's age is verified from the school records. And for entertainment permits, which I will be covering later on, in addition to minors' attendance, scholastic records, their health conditions, if they exist, must be verified, and the student must provide a certificate of clearance from the physician. So who is eligible for district-issued work permits? The district office can issue work permits during the school closures to students from all school sites, homeschool students, private school students, and students who have moved from out of state within 10 days or less before the end of the school term. The out-of-state minor may be issued a work permit to work full-time because he or she is exempted from attending the school term. But the student must provide the attendance record from the school they have previously attended. This is to make sure that they still are abiding by the California compulsory attendance laws. An expelled student from one school who's attending another school can be issued a work permit. An emancipated minor can be issued a work permit, but they do not need parent signature on their application. Minors can be issued more than one work permit if they're working for two different employers. And also, students working for parents as employers also can be issued work permits. So who is not eligible for a work permit? A minor who has graduated or passed the California High School Proficiency Exam does not need a work permit. Students from OFL cannot be issued the work permits from Hart District. And a truant or a dropout cannot be issued a work permit. So statement of intent to employ a minor. This B1-1 form is an application that student will request for a work permit. Students must provide this completed form with their information, school information, parent guardian signature, and the business information with the employer's signature. Your responsibility is to fill out the maximum number of hours a student can work during the school days and on the weekends, not exceeding the maximum number of hours per week. Please refer to the labor law trifold for hours information that I have provided in this presentation. I will also be attaching these forms in the email once I send you the link for this training. So affidavit of compliance with shelter in place. So due to the current circumstances created by COVID-19, we have added an additional layer of protection for our students. So for every work permit you issue, Please make sure to add the affidavit of compliance for shelter-in-place form, and this form should be filled by the employer. Students must turn in this affidavit along with B1-1 form when requesting for a work permit. So if the employer is not an essential workplace, and you can refer to the link provided to check if it's an essential place or non-essential place, then the student will be issued the work permit for an essential place. If it's a non-essential, the student will not be issued a work permit until the shelter-in-place order has been lifted. So these are the hours allowed to work. Minors ages 16 and 17 are allowed to work maximum 40 hours per week, with no more than 4 hours per day when school is in session, Monday through Thursday, and they're allowed to work 8 hours per day, Friday through Sunday. They cannot work later than 10 p.m. during the week and no later than 12:30 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Minors ages 14 to 15 are allowed to work only 3 hours per day, Monday through Friday, and 8 hours on Saturday and Sunday, with no more than 18 hours per week. They cannot work past 7 p.m. any weekday, and they can work until 9 p.m. on the weekend and over the summer through the Labor Day weekend. They are allowed to work 40 hours per week during summer break. So when issuing work permit, you must specify on the form the work minors under 18 and 16 cannot perform. Once you enter the list of restricted or prohibited work in the Quick Permit software, it will pre-populate the form every time you issue the work permit. So please make sure this list is entered into the work permit software so that every time you generate a new work permit, the employers get this information. So this is the list of prohibited work provided by the state for minors under 16 years of age. They cannot fill gas, move machinery, sell alcoholic beverages, or any other door-to-door sales without adult supervision. When accepting the B1-1 form, please make sure that the employer specifies the job the minor will be performing. To ensure that the employer understands the child labor law restrictions, please attach the labor law trifold to the work permit, or you may email that trifold to the employer based on whatever is convenient for you. So you may issue a hard copy of the work permit, which is the B1-1 form, or you can use the electronic copy, which is a fillable form available at dir.ca.gov website, which I have provided, or you may use the Quick Permit software to issue the work permit. A minor can request for more than one work permit, as I mentioned before, for different employers, but cannot exceed the legal number of hours for age. So when issuing the work permit for summer, you may end the permit 5 days after the starting of the new school year. Permits issued during the school year or during summer expire again 5 days after opening of the next succeeding school year and must be renewed. After verifying all the information on B1-4 form, please print the work permit, make the student sign 2 copies, give the original with the trifold attached to the student, and save the hard copy and the electronic copy for your records for 5 years. So here are the instructions on how to set up the quick permits. The new software will be available on September 1st. The current software license expires on August 31st. And these are the instructions on how to install this software. Please take the quiz at the end of this training and assess your understanding of the child labor laws and work permit issuance. So entertainment work permits are issued by California Department of Industrial Relations. The school sites have the responsibility to verify the attendance, grades, and any health conditions that minors have. If any health conditions exist, the minors must provide a certificate of clearance from the physician for permission to work. Once all these records are verified, school site or district officials must stamp the form. The minors then apply the work permit either directly online or via mail, and this is the link to the website for entertainment work permits. So as I mentioned before, the quick permit codes will be provided to you at the end of August, and this is the link for the quiz that you must take so that your site can get the software license, and also your authorization to issue work permits is obtained from the state. So as a district, we're not mandated by the state to issue work permits. It's our discretion, and we want to make sure that the minors enrolled in our district are working in a safe environment. So since we've taken on this responsibility, it is also essential that we do not jeopardize the employment of the minor by delaying the work permit process. But at the same time, state has vested authority in the work permit issuers or the signers to cancel or revoke the general or entertainment work permit anytime the minor is not meeting the school requirements like attendance, GPA, or their health is being compromised, or the rights of the minors are being violated, or the minor is performing any task that violate the provisions of law. So if the rights of the minors are being violated, please contact Rick Maya. I've provided you his information, office, cell phone, and email. Or you can contact me directly and I can contact on your behalf. So there are going to be special protocol to follow during summer session, which is going to be distance learning again. So when you are issuing the work permits during summer session, you will obviously receive a request from the student. You should create a generic email and have the B1-1 work permit application and the affidavit of compliance with shelter-in-place forms attached to that email, and you can send it to the student. The student will, once they receive it, they will fill out the information, have the parent guardian signature and the employer signature, and they are supposed to email it back to you. So once you receive the application B1-1 form along with affidavit of compliance with shelter-in-place form, you will verify the information, you will verify the birth date from the school records, and you will add your signatures and then issue the B1-4 work permit to the student and email it to them. The student will receive the B1-4 work permit and sign it and send it back to you. And once you receive that B1-4 with the student signature, you can verify the student via FaceTime or have a video call just to verify their identity or their school ID, and then print out the copy for yourself and send a copy to the student along with the trifold. So if you have any questions, Joelle Nelson is the primary contact at the district office, and she's the one who will be issuing the work permits during winter, summer, and spring breaks. During the summer session, the admin interns and the support staff at the summer school sites will be responsible for issuing the work permits. I will email you all the active links for the documents and as well as this recording. Please go through this training